There's no moment marked in red, no final call to make, no sound to notify the room that something reached its end. He doesn't slow for recognition or pause to be confirmed. Completion isn't an announcement, it's something quietly earned. While others wait for validation or a sign to disengage, he moves until the task releases and the pressure disengage. He finishes without a signal, no flare in the air, no message sent, no one aware. The work concludes naturally without display, because it was never built to need a cue to end. He learned that endings weaken when they're made too loud. Closure doesn't need witnesses or permission from the crowd. The goal was always internal, defined before it began. So when the final step arrived, there was nothing left to plan. No summary delivered, no lesson drawn. He simply transitions forward because the work is done. He finishes without a signal, no celebration stage, no relief performed, no page engaged. Completion feels neutral, clean, exact, just the absence of resistance where effort once sat. I've seen people prolong endings to feel the weight of done, stretching conclusions for meaning when meaning was already won. He doesn't linger in the moment or revisit the climb. The finish line dissolves quietly back into time. What's finished doesn't echo, it stabilizes. Nothing dramatic shifts, nothing rises. He finishes without a signal because readiness knew there was nothing left to extract, nothing more to prove. No emotional release, no chapter sealed, just structure intact and momentum real. The system doesn't collapse or celebrate the close, it adjusts smoothly and continues its role. Completion becomes invisible when execution is true. No loose dullness pulling focus, no residue left to pursue. He finishes without a signal and moves on intact. No fatigue exaggerated, no victory track. The end feels ordinary cause it was prepared from the very beginning to finish clean there. When others ask when it ended or how it felt inside, there's no answer rehearsed and no moment to describe, because what ends without noise was never driven by sound. It simply reached alignment and stepped off the ground. He finishes without a signal and silence stays calm, not empty, just stable and ready for what comes on. He finishes without a signal, no sad and dishes, stable and ready for what comes on. He finishes without a signal, no sad and dishes, stable and ready for what comes on. He finishes without a signal, no sad and dishes, stable and ready for what comes on.
Nothing shared, everything built. I didn't post the process, I didn't mark the days. Some things weaken when explained and lose their edge in praise. I kept the frame internal, let the silence work. Progress doesn't need a witness to prove what it's worth. While conversations circled endlessly, I stay with form and wait. Nothing move forward accidentally. When intention learns to wait, nothing shared. Everything built behind closed time. No updates given, no progress signs. I didn't split the focus or trade depth for sound. What I built stayed intact because it stayed underground. Now I learned that sharing too early invites distortion in. Opinions press against structure before it can settle in. So I let repetition speak instead of borrow belief. Consistency doesn't argue, it reinforces quietly. I didn't need encouragement or eyes to stay on track. The system held itself together without feedback. Nothing shared, everything built. No leaks in the frame, no energy spent explaining the aim. The work didn't ask to be understood, it has to be repeated, and I understood. I watch motivation come and go like weather through a door. Discipline stayed constant, asked for nothing more. The absence of sharing removed expectation. No pressure to perform progress, no forced narration. Mistakes were corrected privately without defense or pride. Learning happens faster when ego steps aside. Everything built, that's how momentum lasts. Quiet effort compounds while noise runs fast. No identity shaped around the grind, just alignment forming. Over time I didn't archive the struggle or turn it into proof. What I carried alone stayed true. The quiet gave me space to refine without demand. No one pulling the wheel from the passenger seat or stand. When results finally surfaced, they didn't need context. They stood on their own, unexplained, correct. Nothing shared, everything built and nothing fragile inside. Because what grows without exposure doesn't rely on outside. No need to defend it, no story to sell. The structure speaks clearly by how well it holds itself. I don't regret the silence, it sharpened the frame. Not everything meaningful needs a name. Nothing shared, everything built and the foundation stayed. Because I worked in quiet and let the outcome say. The frame until nothing bled beyond what mattered most. Every extra thought was trimmed away, every impulse exposed. Attention is a discipline, not a mood or spot. Sharpens when you remove the excess, leave it in the dark. I don't chase clarity through motion or drown it in demand. I let stillness sharpness through the carving until precision takes command. Focus sharp enough to cut through noise and doubt. No hesitation left, no way out. Every task reduced to what's exact. No wasted motion, no need to retract. I've seen minds though from overload, too many edges left blunt. They try to hold everything at once and lose what's most important. So I learned to subtract before I try to add. Strength isn't in accumulation, it's in what you never had. The sharper the focus, the quieter it gets. Distraction can't survive where intent is set. Focus sharp enough to cut, doesn't shake or rush. It slices clean through indecision without force or fuss. No drama involved, no tension displayed. Just a clean direction that doesn't fade. I don't multitask my priorities, I split my attention thin. They're beat speed every time when the margin is slim. There's a calm that comes with precision when you know what to ignore. Most pressure disappears once you close the wrong door. The mind starts negotiating when the target is clear. Every movement knows its reason, every step is near. Focus sharp enough to cut, turns effort into form. No heat wasted, no signal. It doesn't bruise the process or tear it apart. It separates what matters from what never had a part. I don't flinch when the noise rises, I don't widen the scope. The sharper the moment gets, the narrower I go. Attention becomes leverage when it's trained to stay. I don't sharpen it with urgency, I sharpen it with delay. Sharp enough to cut, leaves nothing unclear. It doesn't ask permission, it appears. No doubt survives, no clutter remains. Just execution aligned with intent sustained. When results finally surface, they look simple, exact. But simplicity is earned by everything you subtract. Whoa, focus sharp enough to cut and calm enough to last. Nothing rushed, nothing passed. Because what's on with restraint doesn't slip or stall. It cuts straight through. Nothing boots up with noise. Clarity doesn't need a sound. The most reliable systems run best underground. I stripped away unnecessary signals, get to the constant stream. What remained wasn't empty, it was clean. Silence is an absence, it's structure without display. A framework that holds steady when everything else decays. I don't react to every alert or answer every call. Most interruptions are errors disguised as protocol. Silence is the operating system running beneath the skin. No interface for attention, no logins let in. Processes stay focused, no data leaves. What executes cleanly doesn't need to speak. I've seen minds crash from overload, too many tabs open wide. They mistake activity for progress, emotion for a guide. So I close what wasn't essential, let priorities align. Efficiency isn't fast, it's precise in time. The quiet organizes thought, separates signal from demand. Every action passes inspection before it leaves the hand. Silence is the operating system, no updates announced. No need to explain performance or show what's running now. It doesn't advertise power or chase a claim. It executes consistently, all the same. I don't narrate my process or debug in public view. What's stable doesn't panic when pressure moves through. Errors are handled internally without drama or blame. Systems fail loudly, control remains. Silence keeps latency low, removes emotional lag. Decisions don't buffer, they execute then stand. I don't wait for confirmation or permission to run. The program begins immediately once alignment is done. Silence is the operating system, and it never crashes. It adapts quietly while noise thrashes. No ego in the code, no impulse inside, just logic reinforced by discipline applied. When results appear on the surface, they look sudden, refined, but they were compiled in quiet long before wrong. The light arrives without ceremony, no promise, no demand. It doesn't ask who's ready, it simply takes a stand. While the world is still negotiating with comfort and delay, I'm already aligned with motion before excuses wait. The air feels clean at sunrise, unclaimed, untouched. This hour belongs to discipline, not motivation or rush. Execution begins at sunrise, when silence still holds weight. No noise to interrupt intent, no one left to wait. No rituals for courage, no speeches made, just movement initiated before doubt is away. I don't check how I feel about it. Feelings don't decide the day. Consistency doesn't ask permission, it moves the same way. There's a clarity in early hours, when resistance hasn't learned to speak. The mind is sharp, the body honest, the signal clean, now weak. I've learned that action ages well when it's taken early. Momentum compounds quietly when it's earned daily. Execution begins at sunrise, where habits take control. No crowd to influence direction, no comfort to negotiate with the goal. I don't chase intensity, I rely on form. Structure carries me forward while others stay warm. The sun doesn't celebrate effort, it just keeps rising. So I match its discipline without dramatizing. Each task is handled plainly, no reward attached. Progress doesn't need enthusiasm, it needs to be exact. Execution begins at sunrise and continue regardless of mood, weather, or noise. No witness required, no validation earned, just alignment repeated until the work is learned. By the time the day grows louder, my direction is already locked. Decisions made in quiet don't unravel under talk. I don't rush to finish early, I move to finish right. Precision is easier to maintain before distraction gains height. Execution begins at sunrise and leaves no space for regret. I don't speak before the work is done, I don't rehearse what's coming next. Words lose value when they arrive early. Action is the only context. I've seen plans collapse from exposure, intentions diluted by sound. So I learned to move in silence and let outcomes speak when they're found. There's no countdown before I begin, no warning shot in the air. Oh, maybe doesn't need permission, it just needs presence and care. No announcements, only results, no claims made in advance. I don't negotiate with possibility, I commit, then act. No excitement borrowed, no pressure applied, just quiet execution aligned from attention doesn't reach, where effort isn't interrupted. Progress feels slower to outsiders, but nothing here is corrupted. I don't update the world on progress or seek reassurance along the way. Consistency doesn't require witnesses, it only asks you to stay. The absence of noise protects momentum, keeps direction intact. What isn't explained can't be questioned, what isn't shown can't be attacked. No announcements, only results, that's the rule I live by. I don't perform discipline, I apply. No energy spent convincing, no image to maintain. I let the finished work carry the weight of my name. I've watched motivations fade in public while quiet routines endure. Systems outlast enthusiasm because they're built to be sure. I don't rush to share intention or measure progress aloud. The strongest leverage stays invisible until the moment is allowed. When outcomes finally surface, they look sudden, unexpected, clean. But nothing here was improvised, it was prepared unseen. No announcements, only results, and silence stays calm. I don't need acknowledgement to remain strong. What's built without attention doesn't depend on it. It stands on repetition and control commitment. I don't move to be noticed, I move to complete. The distance between intention and outcome is closed quietly. While others speak in future tense, I operate in the now. Execution doesn't argue, it just shows how. No announcements, only results, and I remain composed because discipline doesn't seek approval, it proves itself when it's close. When the work is finished, I don't explain the delay. The time it took was necessary for it to stay. No announcements, only results, that's how alignment holds. Nothing wasted, nothing sold, and when time don't need to be told. And when silence returns after completion, it doesn't feel empty or cold. It feels earned because results don't need to be told.
Rules best unseen. He doesn't stand where eyes gather or speak to command the air. His presence isn't announced, it's felt when he's already there. While others seek to be recognized, he adjusts the frame. Power doesn't require witnesses to move the game. He learned early that exposure comes with invisible cost. What's seen too often is eventually lost. He rules best unseen, out of reach of noise. No crown display, no public voice. Control moves quietly through discipline and restraint. What governs longest doesn't need to be named. He doesn't correct perception or manage what they assume. Misunderstanding protects leverage and keeps intention immune. While attention chases surface, he operates at depth where outcomes are decided before effort is expressed. He doesn't rush decisions or react to display. He waits until alignment makes action clean and exact. He rules best unseen because visibility distorts. It invites interference and fractures force. He remains deliberate, unmoved by demand. The less he's observed, the firmer he stands. He's watched authority weaken, trying to stay admired. Noise consumes structure until nothing's inspired. So he reduced the surface, removed unnecessary light. What remained grew stable out of consistent nights. He doesn't dominate rooms or announce control. Order adjusts naturally when he enters the role. He understands timing more than he values praise. Some influence lasts longer when it stays out of phase. He rules best unseen, and the system holds no friction inside, no cracks exposed. What's governed in silence responds without delay, because preparation was finished before the day. He doesn't seek legacy or carve his name. He values continuity over fame. When action finally arrives, it seems sudden and clean. They call it unexpected, but it was quietly maintained. He rules best unseen and remains intact. No erosion from applause, no collapse from attack. He doesn't need credit to validate command. The structure responds because it understands. And when the noise shifts elsewhere and attention moves on, he's still in position, still governing calm. He rules best unseen, not hidden aligned, but doesn't seek the spotlight out last time.
Don't hang them where they shine, or let them clink for proof. Some things lose their function when they're shown too soon. What I hold stays out of sight, not hidden, just contained. Power doesn't need decoration to remain what it became. I've seen access traded for attention and control sold for applause. I chose a quieter discipline and accepted different laws. Keys carry without display, no signal in my hand. I don't announce what I can open, I understand. No need for symbols, no need to explain. The doors respond because the keys remain. I learned that leverage weakens when it's constantly revealed. What's always visible is easily appealed. So I move through systems calmly without reminding who I am. The strongest position is the one that doesn't demand. I don't threaten with potential or hint at what I know. Those who carry noise for influence eventually show. Keys carry without display, no weight in the air. I don't posture with access or make presence a flare. watch man confuse exposure with authority or rank, but what opens every door is composure, not clank. Some keys are made for silence, for moments precise. They work best when unnoticed and never used twice. I don't explain what I protect or catalog my reach. What I can enter doesn't need to be speech. Keys carry without display, still shape the room. I don't move ahead loudly, I arrive immune to pressure and curiosity and questions that lean. The fewer who know, the cleaner the scene. There's freedom in quiet possession when it's earned, not staged. Nothing I hold is accidental, nothing is misplaced. If a door opens easily, it's because it knows the fit, not because I announce myself or demanded it. Keys carry without display, peace stays whole. I don't confuse mystery with control. What's meant to open will recognize me without sound, without ceremony. I don't need the world to see what I carry. Function doesn't require witnesses, only clarity. Keys carry without display, still unlock what matters, cause what's built on discipline doesn't scatter. And when the night closes around me and attention fades away, everything I hold still works exactly the same.
No, nothing personal, just control. I didn't change my tone, I didn't harden my face. I just stopped allowing chance to decide my pace. Some people confuse distance with damage or limits with disdain, but structure isn't emotional, it's simply how balance remains. I don't react to every presence or explain why I adjust. Not every decision needs warmth, some need trust. Nothing personal, just control. No anger in play, I don't move against you, I move my own way. No grudge retained, no message sent, just alignment protected and energy spent. I've learned that intention drifts when access is too wide. Too many variables dilute what focus tries to guide. So I reduced exposure quietly, not to dominate or deny, but to ensure my direction didn't slowly erode or divide. Control isn't forceful, it doesn't raise its hand. It operates best when it doesn't need to stand. I don't correct misunderstandings or chase perceptions tied. Clarity doesn't argue, it simply decide. Nothing personal, just control. No scene, no reply. I don't escalate distance, I let it apply. No defense prepared, no closure to stage. The structure remains without engaging. I've seen emotions disguise themselves as principles or care, but consistency outlasts impulse and reveals what's fair. I
I don't shut people out dramatically, I just stop opening doors. Some access expires naturally when it no longer supports. Control keeps momentum clean, prevents friction inside. It's easier to move forward when fewer things collide. Nothing personal, just control, that's how systems endure. I don't personalize boundaries, I make them secure. No resentment stored, no lesson taught, just stability maintained by what's not allowed to ride. I don't need agreement to remain composed, I don't require validation to keep something close. When something belongs near me, it doesn't resist the frame. It understands the rhythm and adjusts the same. Nothing personal, just control, and peace stays intact. I don't manage people, I manage impact. What I allow close must strengthen the core. Everything else stays outside the door. By the time questions arise, the answers already live. I don't justify structure by what I forgive. Nothing personal, just control, and I remain steady because discipline doesn't hesitate and alignment is always ready.
The room grows quieter as hours thin. Conversations lose their shape. Not everyone stays until the end. Not everyone earns the gate. I watch the energy settle as intentions reveal their weight. Some people speak to extend the night, others listen to calculate. By the time the clocks lean forward and the city exhales slow, I already know who remains and who was only passing through the glow. The circle closes before midnight, not out of pride or fear. It closes when alignment speaks and only clarity stays near. No announcements made, no hands denied, just a natural narrowing of who stands inside. I don't force separation or dramatize control. The circle tightens on its own when purpose takes its role. Some disappear with no resistance, others linger without a place. Time removes what doesn't belong without needing to explain. I've learned that late hours don't lie, they strip performance away. What's left is who you are when there's nothing left to say. The circle closes before midnight, when distractions fade, when silence becomes comfortable and no one needs to be saved. Oh, no justification offered, no tension to mend, just mutual understanding of where it ends. Oh, I don't measure loyalty by presence or count who stayed the longest. I watch consistency under quiet, that's where the truth is strongest. Those who belong don't ask questions, they adjust without sound. They understand the rhythm before the edges come around. I don't expand the circle impulsively or reopen what aligned itself shut. Some boundaries appear naturally when the timing is exact. The circle closes before midnight and peace enters the room. No one feels excluded, cause exclusion was never the theme. Only refinement, only design, only removing excess until focus aligns. When the night deepens further and the noise dissolves outside, what remains feels deliberate, steady, unforced, alive. I don't announce who's inside or explain who's gone. The structure speaks for itself by how calmly it holds on. The circle closes before midnight and stays closed by choice, not to isolate, but to protect the voice that moves quietly without demand, surrounded by few understand. By morning, no one questions it, the shape feels right, because circles that close naturally hold strongest through the night.
There are names that never rise in rooms where voices compete to be loud. They move beneath the surface, unrecorded, unbowed. No headlines carry their weight, no lists remember their place. They pass through moments unnoticed, leaving order in their way. I've seen influence hide in posture, in pauses that don't explain. Some presence alters outcomes without ever claiming a name. Names known only in whispers, never spoken straight. They don't seek recognition, they operate behind the gate. No credit demanded, no trace to defend. What matters most rarely needs to be said. They don't introduce themselves loudly or arrive with proof. Their value is understood quietly by those who know how to look. Time responds differently to them, doors shift without request. Not because of force or threat, but alignment and restraint. I learned not to repeat certain names, not to anchor them in sound. Power thins when echoed too often, it survives when it's unbound. Names known only in whispers carry weight without display. They influence direction, then calmly step away. No legacy changed, no image refined. Their work remains active long after the sound line. They don't correct the narrative or clarify rumor or myth. They let misunderstanding exist because truth doesn't panic. I've noticed the quiet respect and how others adjust their tone when certain figures enter and nothing needs to be shown. These names don't belong to the crowd, they don't circulate or trend. They move through private systems where consequence begins. Names known only in whispers, a currency of trust. You don't say them casually, you don't speak them twice. They aren't built for repetition or public call. Their strength is preserved by not being known at all. Some people collect attention,
others collect noise. These names collect outcomes through deliberate choice. They don't linger in memory loudly or ask to be admired. They leave behind alignment and systems quietly rewired. When conversations drift toward spectacle or status begins to rise, these names fade further back out of unnecessary eyes. Names known only in whispers remain untouched by decay, because exposure weakens what discipline keeps in play. I don't need my name carried far or echo through the street. I understand the advantage of being known where it's discreet. There's a freedom in anonymity when it's chosen, not imposed. The most effective presence is often the one that goes unnoticed. Names known only in whispers still shape what stands. They don't rule from attention, they rule from command. And when the noise finally settles and false legends collapse, what remains intact and moving was never spoken. Perhaps
I didn't build this for applause or raise it to be seen. There were no banners in the sky, no crowd to crown a scene. Every stone was placed in quiet, every rule learned alone. What stands here wasn't borrowed, it grew from what I chose. They measure worth by attention, by how many eyes remain. I learned power stays intact when it doesn't need a claim. A kingdom with no audience, no stage, no throne, no validation required to know what's my own. The walls are discipline, the ground is control. I govern my direction, and that's a hope. There's no noise in the chambers, no speeches echoing wide. Decisions settle deeply before they're applied. I don't perform authority, approve what I command. Order doesn't need witnesses to understand. For show, only what survives solitude is allowed to grow. A kingdom with no audience stands calm and exact. Nothing collapses under praise, nothing bends under attack. No rumors to manage, no image to defend. Just structure holding steady from beginning to end. I've seen empires weaken, trying to stay admired, expanded faster than their core, until focus expired. I chose containment over expansion, depth over being known. It's easier to rule the world than to rule your own. Here patience governs motion, restraint defines the law. Every action is intentional because nothing's done for all. A kingdom with no audience doesn't fear neglect. Silence doesn't erode it. it protects. No need for recognition, no need to explain. Everything essential already remains. When the outside grows restless, chasing sound and display, this place stays unaffected by what fades away. I don't invite spectators into what must endure. Too many eyes distort purpose, too much noise weakens the cure. What's built unseen lasts longer because it answers to none. Freedom doesn't require permission when self-mastery is done. A kingdom with no audience and peace as the sign. No borders to defend because the order's internal align. I don't rule to be remembered, I rule to remain whole. And nothing outside these walls has power over the soul. A kingdom with no audience still stands complete, because the strongest sovereignty needs no seat. They talk loudly about Rome, they never enter. Tell stories built on borrowed light. Rumors travel faster than truth, especially when truth stays out of sight. I see where conversations lower their voice when nothing needs to be claimed. What matters isn't spoken openly, it's understood and contained. I've watched myths grow in daylight, fed by distance and display, while real decisions happen quietly, far from what people say. Private tables, public myth, that's how the balance stays. What's built with care and patience doesn't beg for praise. No announcements made, no images sold. What's real stays seated while stories roam uncontrolled. They assume silence means absence, or that distance equals lack. They don't see the structure forming behind the calm intact. At private tables, time slows down, words are chosen, not thrown. Every pause carries intention, every silence has tone. I don't correct the narrative or rush to be defined. Let misunderstanding wander, clarity doesn't chase the blind. Private tables, public myths, let them coexist. I don't trade discretion for being properly missed. What's built in quiet company outlasts what's loudly known. The strongest influence moves unseen and remains its own. I've seen attention distort value, turn present to demand. The more something is explained, the less it tends to stand. So I protect what needs there from unnecessary eyes. Not everything powerful survives when exposed to constant noise. Private tables don't expand quickly, they refine over time. Those who belong arrive calmly without needing a sign. I don't invite the crowd inside or advertise the door. Some understand the rules immediately, others never were meant for more. Private tables, public myths, and I let both exist. What's whispered with precision outweighs what's loudly dismissed. No need to compete, no story to spin. The work continues quietly where truth sits in. When outcomes finally surface, they surprise the room, because the groundwork was finished long before the bloom. They'll say it happened overnight, call it luck or chance. They won't mention the quiet hours or the discipline of stance. Private tables, public myths, that's how order survives. I don't need the world's approval to validate my life. What's real doesn't circulate, it settles and stays, while legends speak louder, truth dies.
He doesn't invite, he observes. He doesn't gesture from the doorway or call attention to the room. He lets the moment introduce itself and watches what it chooses to do. While others rush to be included, he stays where he can see, not removed, not unavailable, just intentionally free. He learned that invitations cost focus and access reshapes intent. So he waits without announcing and lets behavior represent. He doesn't invite, he observes, reads movement, tone, and pace. Silence gives him clarity, crowds tend to erase. No rush to engage, no need to impress. He watches patterns surface, then decides what's next. People reveal themselves quickly when they think they're unjudged. Words loosen without resistance, postures show where trust is lodged. He doesn't interrupt momentum or challenge what's on display. He lets inconsistency speak until it gives itself away. There's an advantage in stillness when others try to be seen. Observation sharp as direction, more than participation ever mean. He doesn't invite, he observes, not cold, not withdrawn, just unwilling to confuse attention with bond. He understands distance as a form of control. What enters his space must strengthen the hold. He's seen eagerness disguise itself as loyalty or care. He waits for consistency, not excitement in the air. Time filters intention cleanly, what's rushed rarely lasts. Those who belong don't push forward, they arrive with composure intact. He doesn't need to test people or ask who they are. Observation answers questions before conversation starts. He doesn't invite, he observes, and they're unsettled some, because calm awareness can't be outrun. He doesn't react to performance or follow display. He studies alignment and lets truth stay. There's no hostility in his distance, no barrier drawn in spite. He simply values clarity over constant access or noise-filled nights. When he finally speaks or moves, it surprises the room, because nothing he does is impulsive or assumed. He doesn't invite, he observes, and acts when it's precise. By the time others are deciding, he already knows the price. What he allows near him isn't random or wide. It earned its position by how it behaved when observed, not tried. He doesn't seek control through presence, he lets awareness decide, because what passes unnoticed is often what shouldn't be inside. He doesn't invite, he observes, and remains composed. Accidents are made by those who don't rush to be close. What he allows near him isn't random or why it earned its position, by how it behaved when observed, not tried. He doesn't seek control through presence, he lets awareness decide, because what passes unnoticed is often what shouldn't be inside. He doesn't invite, he observes, and acts when it's precise. By the time others are deciding, he already knows the price. Not everyone was meant to stay. Not every voice was meant to enter. Some paths narrow on purpose, so intention doesn't fracture. I learned early that numbers dilute what focus tries to build. Too many hands blur direction, too many opinions bend will. So I reduce the circle slowly, not out of pride or fear, but because clarity requires distance and silence filters what's real. Chosen few, chosen silence, not exclusion, but design. I don't collect people for comfort, I align with time. No audience needed, no roles assigned, just presence earned and carefully defined. I stopped explaining my absences or defending why I withdrew. Some connections complete themselves the moment you outgrow the noise they bring you. Loyalty isn't proximity, it's understanding the pace. Some walk beside you briefly, others aren't built for the space. The silence between us isn't empty, it's mutual respect. What's understood doesn't ask to be constantly checked. Chosen few, chosen silence, that's how depth survives. I don't expand what requires precision or advertise what thrives. No validation sought, no circle displayed. What remains close was meant to stay. I've seen men drown in openness, mistaking access for trust. They confuse availability with bonds that are robust. I learned restraint protects alignment more than charm ever could. The fewer who stand beside you, the clearer the direction looks. Silence reveals who belongs without needing a test. Those who respect your stillness never question the rest. Chosen few, chosen silence, not cold, not detached, just intention, no press. Carefully matched, no pressure to grow, no fear of less. What's refined stays strong without excess. The world favors expansion, but stability favors form. Some structures fail from crowding, not from being one. I don't seek isolation, I seek resonance true, and that only happens with very few. When the noise fades late at night and appearances fall apart, what remains is who stood quietly close to the core, not the surface or the art. Chosen few, chosen silence, and peace stays intact. I don't trade depth for volume or substance for impact. What survives without attention was never fragile or thin. It was chosen carefully and held from within. I move forward unencumbered, no circle to explain. The fewer the voices around me, the clearer the terrain. chosen few, chosen silence. And that silence holds weight, because saving meaningful arrived through a narrow gate.